Hi guys, how you doing? Right, it's been really funny today. There's been some petitions that have been launched recently on social media on change.org. There is a petition by the supporters of Leni Robredo, and this petition was entitled "I Am Ready for Leni." The petition now has been going on for probably 3 or 4 days by the time you watch this video, and so far they've got a measly 5,000 signatures. Now, bearing in mind that if Leni was to run for president of the Philippines, she would need at least 16 million people to vote for her. I'm not a mathematician. I know that Leni's also probably not a mathematician, but surely she can work it out herself that so far there's only been 5,000 responses in 72 hours. And yet when the elections take place, the actual voting takes place only over one day. So if you can see the results that Leni's getting so far, it doesn't look like she's getting anywhere as close, or there's any interest for her to run as president whatsoever. Meanwhile, there's another petition going on social media, also on change.org, and the survey is entitled "I Am Ready For Leni to Retire From Politics." And basically over the last 10 or 12 hours, that particular petition has got over 25,000 signatures, and these are people who say she shouldn't run for president and she should retire. Now, I know this is a bit of a fun survey, and obviously it's in no way determining what the election results would be at 2022, or even if she's going to run as president of the Philippines. But I can say this much, Vice President Leni Robredo has been in office now for the last 4.5 years, I guess, maybe coming up to 5 years. And you would hope that she would be supporting the president. The way I see it is, if you have a president and a vice president, the vice president is supposed to be there. When the president's not available, or when he needs some support to attend a particular meeting, it should be the vice president who should step up and should be able to take the place of the president. In this case, President Duterte has got many other officials to deputise for him, and not once has he asked the Vice President Leni Robredo to deputise for him. And this is very simple. Throughout the presidency, Leni, although she does some good work giving money to charity, it's not her money, it's money from donations. She's obviously feeding the poor with maybe lugao or spaghetti or whatsoever. But the fact is, she's a minister. If it was in the UK, you would say she was a minister without portfolio, i.e. she doesn't have any particular role. When she's had roles, she's left that particular role. So when she was on the Dangerous Drugs Board, she left after only 18 days. Basically, I think she wanted to get in on the inside, she wanted to find out what was happening, and she basically wanted to find out the policies. And after a short time, she left that position, and no action's been taken whatsoever. It hasn't changed anything, it hasn't achieved anything. So you almost wonder what her mandate is, or what her position is. And the thing is, she's had the last few years to prove herself to the Filipino people. But all the Filipino people have done is seen her going to the UN and saying there are bad things happening in the country and bad things happening with the president, all these killings going on. How can you expect that person like that to take over as president of the Republic of the Philippines? Don't forget, there are 16 million Filipinos, if not 21 million Filipinos, who voted for President Rodrigo Duterte. I'm not sure of the exact numbers and all the failed votes, etc. But all I can say is a lot of people voted for President Duterte. Ask yourself this: come 22, would they vote for Leni Robredo? I very much doubt it. In fact, I'm sure they won't. So judging by this particular petition, if you like, 5,000 over 3 days said she should run for office, and 25,000 over 10 hours said that she should retire. You do the maths, Leni, and you decide what's going to be happening come 2022. Thanks, guys.